Aloha, and thank you for joining us. I want to welcome all the new folks. It's been a little while since we've done a global live stream, so aloha and welcome. Everyone take one moment before we get started and just reset. If you've been to any of our retreats, our seminars, live streams, calls, retreats, first thing I always do is whatever I do in my life, first thing I do is I take a moment and I drop in here to still point. For folks that are new, take a breath, stop right in the space between the breath, and hold. You'll notice the way I didn't do that. I didn't take the breath. I just kind of dropped in. And simply hold. Again, if you're new, you take a breath in, stop in the space between the breath at the top. Feels like holding the breath. Yet notice for a moment, particularly if you're new, take note, it's not holding the breath. As I hold here, it's kind of like a buoy, right? The breath is kind of gently going like this. It's gently going. And I'm resting here in this neutral state, kind of like the car idling. It's still on, yet it's resting here in this neutral condition. I always say, try holding a thought or an emotion while you're resting here. Can't do. Try find an area of tension or pain. This is neutral. When you set your condition to neutral, you don't hold things from the past. And not only do you not hold things from the past, the second key thing that happens, which is what I want to focus today's call on, today's live stream on, the second key thing that happens when you rest here in this space between the breath is this very subtle field. We call it the quantum field of energy. Quantum field I refer to as the envelope of energy that surrounds the body. This quantum field of energy starts to fill in. In fact, I want to dedicate, today's call is going to center around this field of energy. Yogis, mystics. By the way, I want to make a couple of reference points. We have a brand new website. Everyone check out. It's www.mysticsojourn.com. I've been sharing, we have some exciting new things that are coming that we've been working on. One is this new site, Mystic Sojourn, which is got all sorts of great tools and resources that are coming, new books, training programs, all sorts of exciting digital material that'll be coming. So check out Mystic Sojourn. If you have been to our 3-4 day retreats, I often take a whole portion of the retreat dedicated to cultivating, growing this quantum field of energy. To the yogi, to the mystic, and this is so key for anyone who's interested in the work that we're doing. My background is in yogic practice, yogic technology and practice, not postures, the art and science of cultivating your attention. And to any real shaman, any real yogi, any real mystic, meditator, the first key step that happens in the journey is you dissolve the condition of the body personality complex, which is one way to go through the experience of being on planet Earth. And as you dissolve that structure, you arrive into what many systems and traditions call the subtle body, or the subtle faculty. I refer to it as quantum field. In my life, this is the thing in my life every day that I am cultivating. And I'm going to share with you today very specific tools and ways to use our products, all of our products. In fact, I want to share with you real quick 3 key tools that we use in our lives every day to cultivate this state. The first one I've shared. Everyone take another nice big breath in. Stop right here. The more you rest in this state of still point, this field fills in with the energy of the universe. Whether you call it prana or chi or scalar or quantum, doesn't matter what name you give it. Whatever that neutral energy name is you want to give it, it fills in this envelope, this field of energy. In fact, I want to show one more thing before we shift to lasers. Everyone take a breath in, stop right here, and simply hold here for a moment. You know, the first step I share a lot in our gatherings and presentations and intro calls is to just drop in here. The second key step is to I liken this to if you were filling up a tire with air. You fill up the tire with air, and you put that nozzle on there, and as you put it on, you hold it. If it goes to the right, the air comes out. If it goes the other way, if you hold it right in the middle, hopefully you have a reference of what I'm referring to. If you hold it right in the middle there with care, not too hard, it doesn't work. Too loose doesn't. You got to hold it there right in that neutral place with care. Then the tire fills. Well, when I drop in still point every day, I drop in here and then I hold it with care. Not too much, not the breath going too much here or too much. As I hold it here with care, this field, like the tire, starts to fill in. To me, still point is like a nozzle. It's the nozzle to connect you, your condition, to the energy of the cosmos, the universe and beyond. And so try this. As you're holding it here, I'm holding it here. And for me right there, it didn't take long. We call it still point response in our trainings. I took a breath or a sigh. That's still point response. When your body takes a breath or a sigh, now my field shifted. And now I'm not holding still point anymore. Now I'm resting in the quantum field. I call it fluffing up the field. Every day when I drop in still point, I drop into still point first to collapse any kind of things going on from the last moment. Physical, emotional, psychic, whatever the things are. If you hold here, those things abate. Once they abate, then I continue holding it gently with care until this field opens up. When the field opens up, that's when the exciting stuff starts to happen. I cannot say this enough. Healing, transformation, well-being, rejuvenation, longevity, and higher consciousness all come from nourishing of and from the subtle energy of the universe and quantum field. If you want those things, the doorway, the gateway is from the body into your quantum field. I cannot say this enough. The body personality complex, it comes with emotions and physical things, emotions, beliefs, all these different programs. When you collapse that structure, that operating system, and arrive into this condition, this neutral essence brings with it all the subtle qualities that make us who we truly are. Joy, happiness, peace, love, bliss, unity, happiness. So hugely important tool, capability to be able to shift your condition. Injury, shift your condition. I look to this state as the healer to resolve injuries, to resolve emotions, to resolve stress. The more we're resting and basking and bathing in this subtle energy of the universe, this energy can nourish our blood, nourish our lymph, nourish our organs. Okay, so first tool we just shared, still point. The more you cultivate this condition of still point perception technology, the more you abide in this state of the quantum field. I can tell people when we do these, practice this. I use this every hour, every so often I drop in. I just rest, I open up the field. I open up the field again. I go to a certain place, it's tense, I open up the field. Open this field everywhere you go and ultimately bring it with you everywhere you go. That's what our retreats and seminars are all about. Cultivating this condition. This is the first step in the mystic sojourn. First step in the mystic sojourn. All right, if you have laser, go ahead, take out laser. The second key technology that we work with to cultivate this state of the quantum field is lasers. In particular, we're not going to get into lasers too much today, the specifics of them. I want to jump right into how to use them. Yet the key here to our approach to using lasers is that we are weaving a very specific type of wave called the scalar wave. And that scalar wave is key. For new folks, you simply, to give a little reference on how to use, you simply press the middle button. There's a star button. You press that button in the middle. Once that star button goes on, It's now on. Don't press that star button again until, unless you want to turn it off. It simply powers it up and turns it off. Once it goes on, to turn it on, you right arrow into the essentials, and then you pick a program. You pick first program there, unwind. That's a great example right there. I don't know if anyone noticed. The scalar waves, this is subtle scalar technology. It's part laser therapy and part subtle scalar. We're weaving scalar waves. Those scalar waves have one key benefit to me. They take anything linear, and they collapse it into nonlinear, which is all the shift from your body personality into your quantum field is. It's a shift from the linear trajectory of your life to the nonlinear trajectory of your life. So same whether it's a knee, whether it's a pain, whether it's an organ, whether it's the brain, whether it's an emotion, whether it's your whole condition. Anything that's in a linear trajectory, karma, same difference. Karma is inertia, right? Inertia coming from the past. The past on a wave is pushing the wave, it defines the next moment. Anything coming from your past is defining, whether physical, emotional, psychic, is defining your next moment in reality. As soon as you start to drop into the quantum field, you are dissolving the inertia from the past. And you're opening to unlimited possibilities for your experience based on what's real from a nonlinear perspective, who you really are, in essence. Okay, once you'll notice when I turned this on, first thing that happened to me is I dropped into still point. I took what's called still point response. I took a breath. And that's the first thing I want to convey to people when you're doing this, because there are a bunch of different programs on here. And the key, everyone put it in your hand for a moment on unwind. The key thing I want you, if you can get this one point, you're going to be expert at using this. The key thing I want you to feel as you're putting it in your hand is, what's the effect? It's either going to feel like it feels great, or it's not going to feel so good, not going to feel like anything. For me, this one feels okay. It feels pretty good. And by the way, if you can watch TV, you can do this. When you watch TV, same thing. You put it on channel, you look, when you feel the one you like, you relax, you breathe, you sigh, you smile, you put it down. So you're all totally qualified for this. Anyone can do this. This is so easy. So now I'm going to left arrow one, and I'm going to go down one onto quantum. And I'm going to try quantum. This is how I pick the program I'm going to use each day. Right there, I put on quantum. For me, quantum right now is having a little bit of a stronger effect. I feel my body going into that still point response. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do one quick protocol. Now, once you assess, in fact, pick one thing to work on. Pick one thing to work on right now, based on whether you found unwind is having a nice effect or quantum. Pick one thing. I'm going to pick one thing to work on. I'm working out my liver. If you have an injury that you've been having, or a situation, or whatever's going on in your life, pick one thing. This is the key. If you learn this one thing from this live stream, how to find a program that puts you into this unwinding, if you don't feel anything, go to the next one. If you don't feel it again, go to the next one. If you don't feel anything in any of them, then pick any one. I have so many people in our network who use our products who tell me they couldn't feel anything at first. They just did whatever. They said it worked great, it helped, and eventually they started to feel when their body was going into this still point response. I have so many testimonials. So don't be upset or concerned if you don't feel anything. It's a very slight sensation of your body feeling. And if you're not sure, ask, would you watch, literally while you're using it, just say, would you watch this if it was a TV show? If you can't say yes, it's not the right program, pick a different program. So I'm going over the liver, and I feel my body unwinding. I feel my liver and inadvertently my entire body condition dissolving. As it dissolves, guess what it dissolves into? You are energy. You're holding form energy in your body and in your structures here. If you can loosen that structure, that form, guess where the energy goes? It relaxes into this field that surrounds the body. Been proven. They've done studies. They've studied this. They've proven in numerous different scientific studies that there is a field that emanates 5 or 10 feet around the body. Fascinating research. And they found that when you sleep, your field goes out further. So when you relax your brain, your field gets stronger. They know that when you sleep, when your field gets stronger, you have increased white blood cell activity, you have increased lymphatic activity, the vagus nerve relaxes, your neurotransmitters come online, increases longevity, things like stem cells, telomeres. It's no-brainer. This subtle state of the energy of the universe is designed and here to regenerate your life. Okay, so that is a very basic overview on how to unwind something. If you have a repetitive knee or shoulder or injury or disc or tooth, whatever, if you can every day go to that area and unwind it for 5, 10, 15 minutes, and then come and do it again a little bit later, and then do it the next day. The goal of this process is to train your things, whether they're physical things or emotional or psychic, train the things you've been holding on to dissolve and arrive and reset back here into neutral. If you are versed in doing that, well then every day you are governing this condition as opposed to this condition governing you and all the things going on. That's what this process is. This process is about saying, well, hold on everything. We're going to drop into here, into the nucleus, into still point. Then we're going to open up this field. And then when we have the resources of the energy of the universe, of the cosmos, then we're going to go and deal with each of you different things. The way people on this planet have it is backwards. All these things are taking precedence and they're dictating what's going on in people's condition. I'm saying flip that. You reclaim your authentic integrity of being. And then set to work here. Using different tools. Still point, in our larger trainings, I show how to use your perception to go and dissolve things through quantum field process work, which we'll cover in another live stream, upcoming live stream. We're going to be doing a lot more trainings and things coming, so stay tuned. Or whether you use our products, say the laser, we'll go and unwind. You want to work on chakra, go unwind chakra. All right, great. Let's real quick. I want to show you one other protocol real quick. I'm going back to unwind, and I'm going to start over the adrenal glands. Adrenal glands. This is a 3-point protocol. The first point is the adrenals, halfway up the body on either side of the spine. I always go back to unwind when I do this protocol because almost always when I put unwind over the adrenal glands, it starts to dissolve me back into the quantum field. I should change this protocol name. It should be the quantum field protocol. I call it the unwind protocol because at first that's all it's relevant is unwind. Though in reality, if the more you do this protocol, 3 points. I'm doing the adrenals first, and we're going to move kind of fast because I want to cover a couple things here. The more you unwind your adrenals, if your adrenals are tight, they're going to pull your attention, your condition into the body personality. If you unwind the adrenals, they're going to decompress that attention so it opens up and fills in your field. Rarefies and subtle and opens up into your field. I'm going to the other adrenal right now. Anyone dealing with chronic pain, chronic emotional stuff, chronic autoimmune, chronic aging, chronic anything. Anything where the body is going worse, unwind your adrenals. Adrenaline makes everything go like this. It inflames everything. It stresses and inflames everything. So if you can decompress your adrenals, I always say that to me, the organs of your body are the organs. The organs of your quantum field, of your subtle body, are the glands. So the organs take care of your physical condition. The glands govern your subtle condition. We're going to touch on this in one moment. But first, this is the key start point protocol that I tell everybody every person I work with, I unwind these 3 things. Adrenals first. I just moved a little further onto the left adrenal there. And as soon as I did, you'll notice I took a big sigh. I took a big... I cannot say this enough. Unwinding this protocol had completely changed my condition here on planet Earth in the outer, which is why I share it, which is why I'm passionate about it, which is why I share it everywhere I go. It's why I do it on everybody I work with. Most people, glands get glandular entrainment. To me, glands are very exciting, and they work through a principle of entrainment, which is why when women live in a house together, their cycles come together. My goal is to clear the entrainment that people have from association with other people and get people tuned so the glands are attuned to their field, which is where true longevity begins. Longevity of consciousness, of being. Not about how long we live, it's about our state of consciousness. Okay, second key thing. That just felt great, by the way. I could have just told, if I weren't here doing this, and I would have kept going. Now I'm doing the tailbone, sacrum, tailbone. I'm doing the sacrum, tailbone. I'm doing it in the front. You can do it over the pubic bone, right below the belly button, or you can do it directly over the tailbone. I'm still on unwind. Unwind's feeling good. If I find a program that feels good, many of the protocol, I'll find a program, my body's going like this, I'm unwinding. I keep going. As long as you feel your body, it's kind of like a rubber band where the body, where rubber bands keeps going. Well, when it keeps going, you keep holding it. It keeps going, going. Well, that's what we're doing. We're unwinding the condition of the body and personality condition. The knot. Yogis call it the knot. They call it the knot. Literally, they call it a knot. And they say that the key to the yogic mystic process is to keep unraveling that knot until the knot dissolves. And when it dissolves, the attention that's kept in the confines of the body personality, it opens into your being, into being. That's what this process is. All day long for me, drop in still point, unwind things. The more every unwinding you're doing, you're dissolving that contraction, that knot, until we arrive and abide here in this condition. Okay. I'm still on the sacral tailbone. I just changed the program for a moment. I went to a program called Activate, and I'm still over the area here. Activate's a really nice program, but it doesn't matter what the program does or what it means. All that matters is, does it induce you to unwind? For now, simply try it for a moment. Give it a little moment. Activate has a nice effect. It's kind of unwinding me. Some more. Tailbone is key. If your tailbone and sacrum are locked up, which happens in like high percent of people, the sacrum tailbone is locked up. Anyone with knee problems, foot problems, sexual health problems, digestive issues, chronic back pain, emotional issues, financial issues, relationship issues, any kind of contraction issue, the sacrum is often at play. So everyone I work with, I make sure we unwind, open the sacral area and open the tailbone from being tucked under. Hugely beneficial for opening the conduit, the flow of energy up and down along the spine. Hugely, hugely, hugely important. All right, third point I'm going to is the occipital ridge. Occipital ridge, the ridge line between the ears. I'm staying on Activate for the moment. It still feels good. That, by the way, another program to do down there on the sacrum is Wave. And I suggest you play around. Most people, when they first get our laser, I tell people unwind your adrenals, your sacrum, and your occipital ridge every day. For me, this is really good right now on the occipital ridge. Very, very beneficial. I can tell because as soon as I put it there, I'm going into still point. My brain is dissolving. My condition is dissolving. I basically make technologies that dissolve, very subtle, that are using subtle wave physics. Scalar waves, tuned in a very subtle way. Our scalar is nothing like any other scalar out there. And the whole field of scalar, I want to say, is scalar is not some static thing. There are all these fascinating quintessence scalar theories. There's all this fascinating stuff happening in the realm of scalar mathematics and the fabric or energy of the universe. And basically, our approach to scalar is very different than anything else out there. We're not some strong scalar energy. This is very subtle. We're not sending scalar, we're inducing scalar. And when we induce scalar, it induces you to your own scalar energy state. Which, by the way, is the quantum field. All right, good. So occipital ridge, this is where the vagus nerve comes out. Vagus nerve governs your breathing, your digestion, your organs, your pulse, your circulation, governs the heart, governs everything. The vagus nerve is the key, it's like the coordinator for the symphony, the conductor. Vagus nerve is governing the entire physiology. I just changed to Wave. Wave. First I did adrenals to recap. These are 3 key things to do. I'm going to throw in one more 4th thing. Adrenals first, sacrum, tailbone second. It's really good on the sacrum. I could have unwound the sacrum a little more. Occipital ridge. When you find a good program, go with it. All right, those are the 3 key places. I want to show you one more, the temples. The temples. Inside the cranium is the sphenoid. The sphenoid has the pineal pituitary glands resting on it. So many people, when more they are in their brain personality, they're always thinking. And when that happens, the sphenoid doesn't move. Yogis, mystics say sphenoid is like an instrument, and it vibrates to the neuroacoustics of the universe, different dimensions and planes of the universe, light and sound of the universe. And so it's like an instrument. When you go to sleep, this vibrates, and when it vibrates, the pineal pituitary get tuned, and they start releasing things that are very, very good for you, like DMT, dimethyltryptamine. Same stuff in ayahuasca. So yogis, when they meditate, they're tuning their condition to the cosmos and beyond, universe and beyond. So in my life, I make sure every day, I don't want my sphenoid to be too compressed and like this. I want to make sure it's relaxed, so it's vibrating and glands are releasing really good, subtle compounds to put... I tell you, the glands are the key. The glands are the key to... All right, those are 4 key points for the unwinding protocol or the quantum field protocol. Just to recap: adrenals, sacrum, occipital ridge, and then we finished off on the sphenoid. On the sphenoid. Once you get the hang, the reference of taking the laser and inviting something that's holding on like this to unwind, picking a program, you feel that still point response, you can now dig in on any injuries, any organs, any chakras, any glands, anything you want to work on. You can start to do the work of inviting, dissolving things to unwind. That is the essence of this approach. Everyone take a moment and drop in here to still point. Take a moment here. Just tune in. For me, I don't do the breath. It's like a lens. I just kind of focus. Good news is the more you do this, the more you do this work, the more you get attuned and trained to very efficiently move from the state of being here as normal person on planet Earth to collapsing into this subtle yogic condition. The more you practice that, the more you get attuned. In any moment, you don't need the laser. You just reset and tune. Let me do a quick. That's a good reference of the laser. I want to touch real quick on the Wi-Fi. Real quick on the Wi-Fi. Be clear also, I always say our lasers are used in many ways. We're an FDA-approved, cleared medical device. We're cleared in Health Canada, through Health Canada. We're cleared TGA, CE, Europe, TGA, Australia. We're cleared for pain relief, inflammation, circulation, arthritis, or arthritic pain in Canada, and relaxation of tissue. We're also used by many vets on animals. It's a non-regulated on veterinarians and on animals. Cosmetic is voluntary registration process in most countries, and also for research and energy exploration, yogic work, etc. So those are the different ways that people are using lasers. And I want to be clear that I never treat, I never try to fix or cure or heal. What I do is I invite things to unwind, dissolve, and have more energy so they can naturally reset and do the work that they're designed to do. So far we've shared 2 things. We shared dropping in the still point as a tool to collapse things and open up the quantum field. We shared the lasers with the scalar waves designed to go any area, invite a shoulder injury, a knee injury, a tooth situation, organ, to gently unwind, dissolve, and reset. Lastly, I want to share our newest technology, which is the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi uses the same patented subtle scalar technology that the laser uses, only it's not a laser. We're using it through little crystal oscillators we developed. And we use it in the same way. Basically, I use this to very gently tune the field of wherever I am. So if I'm in I'm in a hotel, if I'm in our house, if I'm at work, wherever you are, you can gently take the quantum field, plug it into the wall. In our case, I'm using it here with the laser, which you can do, but mostly we run it. It comes with an adapter in the wall. There's 2 knobs on here. The knob on the left is a fine-tuning knob. If it goes to the left, it tunes it, softens it. If it goes to the right, it makes it stronger. I always keep it right in the middle. This knob has 6 settings. It goes from, see a little line there. It goes from unwind, starting horizontal here, to quantum, to activate, to unity, to cohere, to wave, which is horizontal on this side. There are some settings underneath here, but those are totally neutral. We don't use those so much. We start over here on the unwind. So I'm going to simply turn it on right now, and you can see how I use it. When I plug this in, this Wi-Fi sends subtle scalar energy for quite a distance. I tell people 3/4 of a mile. It's more than that. As soon as I put this on, I felt my body take a little breath, a sigh. When I tune this, literally, my goal is to neutralize and delete any kinds of harsh electromagnetic waves from, we're being bombarded by things, from cell phone towers, from smart meters, from Wi-Fi, from neighbors, from people with strong emotions. And my goal when I run this is to send a subtle nonlinear wave. The nonlinear wave that's being sent out is neutralizing, deleting, dissolving any harsh linear frequencies and waves that are coming at you. I tell people, Wi-Fi, they know it's not good for the heart. They've banned it in numerous countries. Cell phone towers is probably the biggest health hazard, one of the biggest health hazards we have as a nation. They're putting them up everywhere. And people don't seem to understand that it's microwave radiation that's coming through buildings. If it can come through a building, it's not good for you, for your organs, for your tissue, for your brain. The approach that we take with this is very gently. I'm going to change it. I was on unwind, and unwind felt okay. Quantum, as soon as I put it on quantum, for me, this is the one between unwind and quantum, I would pick this one. I'm going to walk you through how every day I tune this. Just like the laser, I try unwind first. I try it. Well, does that feel good? No, we do a little bit, then we go to the next one. When I feel my body going into this very strong unwind, that tells me we're on the right one. Quantum feels pretty good also. I'm going to change to activate. This is the one so far. As soon as I put this one on, my body kind of literally shifted. To neutral. Now, so there's two benefits that happen from this technology. The first is it neutralizes your home, your workplace, any linear frequencies that are caustic coming at you, degrading your condition. If you're being bombarded, pelted by a certain linear frequency, well, guess what that does? It makes you orient towards it. So now you're orienting your own energetic field to that situation all day long. What this does is it neutralizes. It doesn't make those things not work. They still work. Yet it softens those harsh waveforms. Now I'm going to go to unity. I'm kind of going through each one. Unity also, my body goes in. They all feel really good to me. If I were to pick one so far, I'd pick activate or unity. I'd pick unity. Unity is the one for me right now that's putting me into this very nice neutral state. The second thing that the Wi-Fi technology, the Wi-Fi stands for quantum field inducer. Quantum field inducer, Wi-Fi. So the second thing that Wi-Fi is designed to do, and this gets right back to the theme, essence of today's live stream, is it cultivates your quantum field, the envelope of energy that surrounds the body. When I have this on, for me, my condition is dissolving until I am resting and abiding in this. I made this device to tune the quantum field, to neutralize things that keep you out of your quantum field, and ultimately to open up a nice, subtle, supportive, sanctuary-like space so that you can rest and be in this nonlinear state of the quantum field. All right, that is the Wi-Fi technology. You simply go through, keep this one in the middle on the left, the one here, go through each one until you feel your body take a breath, take a sigh, we call still point response, and that is the way that we use the Wi-Fi. Take one moment here and just check in. After you do work with these products, always take a moment and reset. Just check in for a moment. You notice any difference in your condition? For me, I'm totally resting here. I got nice field of energy, nice and fluffed up, nice strong field of energy. You want to move from this place in life. This is, from my perspective, the condition for the new season. Y'all are doing great. Keep up the good work. We will see you again soon. Aloha.